Decay's routine and how I broke free. Earthquake, war zone, wildfire. Every day we are waking up to the sounds of sirens and breaking news about the surrounding dangers. But it does not just stop there. The fear of unemployment, AI taking over human, peer pressure, rat race. We, as a society, have been reduced to nothing more than a set of rules and standards because people are now become aware about everything, from the gaze of bystander to the sound of the grass rustling. People started to make assumptions. You must not do this, or it is not ladylike. Be manlier, otherwise you're weak. Do this, do that. As a result, we, as a society, have been reduced to nothing more than a set of rules and standards. And we started to become our own cocoon, building our own walls, just to protect ourselves of all the risk around us. And I am no exception. I lived through that fear too. I've built my own walls, worn masks just to fit in, and silenced parts of myself just to feel accepted. And hi, my name is Hami. And for the longest of time, I didn't think like I have anything special to offer. I was just another student trying to survive in the world that constantly tell me who to be, how to act, what to do. I wasn't brave, I wasn't confident, and most definitely, I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. So, if you don't try to do anything, that wall isn't going to break down itself, isn't it? So now, let's sit down, relax, and listen to my story. Once upon a time, when I was still a child, probably in 4th grade, English felt like a wall to me. I couldn't read, speak, or write, as well as other students in my class. At that time, I thought, I'm Vietnamese. Why should I learn English? I'm not even fluent in my mother tongue. But more than the difficulty of learning a new language, it was a single remark from a teacher that left a deep wound in a small child's heart. So the story goes like this. It was on Wednesday, the day with the most assignment and homework. I did finish all of them though, with chills from lack of sleep rather than anticipation and enthusiasm for English. But what I did not expect was that my teacher checked for every single word on a 3-page long assignment. I made one dictation mistake and boom, it was game over for me. I was beaten and humiliated in front of the whole class. And this made me, almost convinces me that I wasn't capable. But what it also did was planted a seed of determination within me. And I decided that I would prove, not to her, but to myself, that I could rise above. And so I worked hard, I studied, I practiced. And well, let's be honest here, my journey wasn't easy at all. I came from a girl who was determined to master English in probably a month or two, to a girl that say this on a daily basis. I wish I didn't choose English, I hate it. But wait, my story only gets better from there. I took my very first step onto a stage. My hand was shaking. But for the first time, I felt a spark of confidence. Something just snapped inside my head. I discovered my passion. I love speaking. I love to talk. I love to speak. I love to share about my story and whatever is going on in my life. But speaking alone and passion alone is never enough. As I continue competing, I face countless failures in the field that I am most confident in. Public speaking, I was denied and rejected from a competition for not one, not two, not three, but 4 different times. So what is the event that started a whole snowball of failure? The first time happened when I least expected it. I submitted my work thinking and dreaming about how I would perform on a big stage, just like this one. But when the result was released, I was devastated to learn that I did not pass the first round. But more than the sadness and devastation, I was more determined to prove to the judges otherwise. But when the second submission round released their result, my name was still yet to be found on the top 5 finalists. This time, I began to feel very confused. Was I not enough? Was my performance that bad? Or was I being off theme? But third time's the charm, right? So I tried again. The third failure came about, and this time I was livid and fuming with rage. This cannot be happening. I poured my heart and soul into the very last project for this competition. I spent hours writing my speech, spent every single minute of the day rehearsing, and even went as far as to hire a pro video editor to create the most perfect and impressive video ever. Yet, all I received was the robotic voice informing me that I have failed again and again and again. After thorough evaluation, we regret to inform you that you have not been selected to advance to the final round. And that was my last straw. After each time, I fell into a deeper pit of despair and depression. Every defeat chipped away at my self-belief. I questioned myself. I wonder if I was actually good at speaking, or after all, it was just all a delusion that I made up. Am I actually good? Not only was I sad, I also failed in the field that I am also very confident in, my academic performance. I used to be that one kid who would effortlessly get high grades no matter what. But now, after a period of focusing on my extracurricular activities, not only did I fail on both fields, I was on that slope of failure, sliding down and reaching rock bottom, both mentally, physically, and academically. Every day, the pressure to succeed and the pain of failing keep eating me alive from the inside out. And the silence of my friends, teachers, and family definitely did not help at all. Yet, despite the doubts, I didn't stop. I chose to expand my battlefields, to test myself in different arenas. I competed in a top green future competition where we have to innovate green technology that requires in-depth knowledge about mechanics, physics, and even chemistry. Those are completely unfamiliar to me as I was only focusing on social science subjects. But you know what I did? I thought to myself that I can do it. And so I did. I won 3rd place in this national contest and also won the hearts of thousands of audiences around Vietnam. But I gave myself one more chance to participate in a speaking contest similar to the one that I failed 4 times last year. And this time, not only did I get into the final round, I am now the top 5 IELTS Inspirer by British Council 2025. And standing here today, I realize that every scar, every failure, every painful moment has shaped me into who I am. But I will never stop here. I strive for new challenges, for a new environment, for me to grow, to learn about the world around me. And that is when I found TED, a stage unlike any other I've ever known. A new environment, a new topic. I read a theme and didn't really understand it at first. But instead of stepping back, I stepped forward. I dare to think and I dare to act. Coming from my experience, I understand how great the pain of failing can be, if not mentally agonizing and physically draining, right? I bet that each of you know this feeling. But if all of us chooses the safe path, away from all the challenges and experience, who will be the one to tackle them? And is living an ordinary and normal life actually leads to a fulfilling life? But let's open up another question here. Does breaking out of the cage mean changing our fate? Of course, it does not mean that way. A fish cannot be put out of the water and expected to survive, and a human cannot just move to the bedrock of the ocean and live there. It's just impossible to do those things. Just like how we cannot change the parents that gave birth to us, change the environment that we grow up in, out to the course of our lives, change our race. Those are impossible. But what we can do is to become the best version of yourself. Because if you don't try to become the best, you will slowly turn into the version that you hate the most, the ugliest and the worst you. To me, I think that success doesn't come in the same form for everyone. Just because I found success in my own way doesn't mean that this is the only path or that it should be yours. My victories don't determine your potential, and my story isn't a measure of your worth. Each of us are one of a kind, unique, talented, beautiful, and shine bright in our own way. Some are loud and expressive, while others are quiet and observant. Some are meant to shine on the stage, while others create magic behind the scene. And I think that diversity is more than beautiful. So let's stop for a moment here and think. Let's think about the way a team works. There's the speaker, definitely, but there are also the designer, the planner, the strategist. Without each of them, the team will fail. So, success isn't about copying someone else's path, but more about knowing your own strengths and building from there. For example, I have a friend. She's very shy and soft-spoken, but when she writes, her words leave other people in tears. We may have very different expertise in very different areas, but the two of us still make our very own milestone on our very own journey. I have seen people that doubted themselves because they don't excel academically, but they are brilliant problem solver, innovator, and team leader in real life. And I have friends who hate themselves because they didn't win awards, compete in sport tournaments, or take part in musical contests, or English speaking competition, or extracurricular activities. But to me, the way that they support other people, the way they listen, the way they care, make them the strongest and kindest people that I've ever known. And one more thing that I want to share is, as I said, success doesn't come in the same form for everyone, but it only comes once you let it come. You should allow yourself to relax, rooms to bounce back, and time to rest decently. It will be a step towards a healthier relationship with yourself. Maybe allow yourself to sleep in a little after last week's all-nighter. Allow yourself to have a little snack and not starve yourself to exhaustion. Maybe allow yourself to put ice on those freshly cut wounds. I know that hurts. And maybe, just maybe, allow yourself love to open up your heart and let all those kisses and tight hug in. I think you deserve it. So please, don't let someone else's achievement make you question your own journey. I believe that your style, your pace, and your values are valid. The world doesn't need any more copies. It needs more individualities. And it needs you. I won't stand here and promise you that I will be successful, because success is determined differently by everyone. But when I look back, all I see is a Hami who has broken through limits, defied expectations, and carry wounds that shine like battle medals. To me, Hami may not be flawless, but I have never been more perfect myself. So to those of you who hesitate, who fear failure, dare to think and dare to take action, because the only way to grow is to break free from the cage that you put yourself in. Thank you for your listening.